happy.
And I think we're live. I think we're live,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
You just wanted to hit that button. It's like the screen button.
I think what's pretty cool is I'm one person, but I can speak in 3 voices, so it's great. I'm just going to go and check that this is actually working. So, uno secondo.
Oops.
So, what else has been happening with you guys?
Nothing much.
Actually, I don't know anything that's been happening with you guys lately. We haven't chatted in a while.
Yeah, well, everything that I already mentioned to you.
Ben, you look different. You look thinner.
Oh, geez, yeah. I've had my mom worried that I'm dying for a while now.
Yeah, you look pretty thin.
Yeah.
And you got different hair.
The idea was I was going to try and get healthy, but in the Italian Portuguese culture, if you don't have a belly, you're unhealthy. So my mom's she's like cooking me like a ton of food and trying to get me to eat heaps, and she's worried that I'm. But yeah, and I'm just like, Mom.
What diet are you on? Are you on some crazy Ben diet?
No, I'm not on a crazy diet. I'm just pretty much just eating. I guess the easiest thing about it is like it's just minimal carbs, so very low carb, and it's mainly just.
Was it you that was like also gluten free as well, or is it Amber?
It's not me.
No, I'm still gluten free. That's kind of makes the low carb kind of easy, luckily for me, because a lot of it I can't actually eat. Or I can eat. I realized that I can eat some gluten. I've gotten better at tolerating it. I'm not as fussy as I used to be, but I can't do it. I can't overdo it. Like I can't have a whole pizza like I used to, sadly. But yeah. Well, it's a fish. We are actually live, so here goes.
Oh yeah.
Very, very cool. I'll let you guys still in your.
You need to also have the soundboard as well, because that would have been perfect for like that meme sounds like wow, like that really animated sound.
Oh, like an actual soundboard. Oh well.
Yeah.
If there's gonna be a soundboard, it has to be coming from you because you're king of memes. So feel free to build one. You can go Sorry.
Well, the thing is, Discord did have one.
Oh, did it?
I remember Lyndon found it.
Yeah. It's pretty simple too.
Oh, I don't know. I did not know this one. That's all right. I think this is good in that at least I've got everyone on a stage and it seems to be working well, even if it says powered by StreamYard. But if this is good, I guess I'll have to pay for the pro.
How much is it?
That's a good question. I don't think it was anything too crazy. I think it was like, I'm going to guess something between 100 and 200 a year. So it's not crazy. Especially if we end up doing this every Monday night like we plan to, then yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Do you think there are comedians that are like just naturally shy? It's like I'm just like trying to think if there are comedians that like. I guess they all do, but they get deal with it, right? Like stage fright and stuff. Like it kind of reminds me a little bit like show and tell and stuff. You said your kids are like very outgoing, right? Social and stuff.
Who's outgoing? Me?
No, your kids.
My kid? No, they're still shy.
They're still kind of shy. They're like when they don't get excited when they have to do like show and tell and stuff. Do they still do show and tell?
Yeah, they'll do show and tell at school, which is kind of fun. But yeah, they'll still be shy about it. Like we had a bit where we had to help him prepare a speech. He had to do a speech, and like it had to be like kind of like a creative thing. So Rubes and I got kind of pretty jazzed and got into it and helped him write this cool speech. But he had like actions and like we kind of like helped him to kind of like, use actions and use your hands to kind of speak to kind of like accentuate things, and so he did it really well. And like we have a really cool recording that he did at home, and like he had it perfect. But then he told us when he got to school, so he did the speech and it was really good, but he didn't do any of the actions because he got nervous and shy. So he just kind of read off the card, but luckily he'd memorized most of it, so he did an okay job. But I think he was like disappointed a bit that he didn't go, because he really wanted to kind of be selected as like one of the top 2 in the class, and he didn't. So he was a bit
Well, that's at least really cool that he wants to be like recognized for it.
Yeah, he's funny like that. Like he doesn't. I think most kids just want to kind of be
Acknowledgement or whatever.
Yeah, acknowledgement that they're doing a good thing, and I think a lot of the time when kids kind of get down or start to act up, it's because they feel like they're not being noticed or that no one really cares what they do.
Yeah,
So when they get a little bit of that appreciation, they start to they kind of crave it and they want more of it.
Yeah. Also, I had the image in my head where when you were talking about like using your hands to talk or whatever, I just imagined like, oh, so it's Italian class.
Yes, this is how we talk.
Oh, good. Italian.
It's like he didn't use his hands. How did anyone understand him?
Wasn't that a joke somewhere where it's like, oh, someone broke their arms or whatever in Italy, and it's like, oh, no one could understand it though.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that joke somewhere.
Yeah, it was like some variation of that.
Yeah, like I don't disagree with it. We do use live action. I don't know. Do I use my hands a lot when I speak with you guys?
Not really.
I kind of stare off into the distance.
You just guys just don't pay attention when I speak.
Yeah, I have to.
I don't think you do.
Well.
Maybe that's why I don't understand you sometimes.
Well. But yeah. Hey, should we do like a little introduction, or should we do something like, should we introduce ourselves in a way, or was that too much?
I think we can worry about that once.
Once
I think we need to actually, once we actually
start. Like once we're like, being some people, we could start thinking about it. But I think it's like fine if we just casually, just work it out.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm just curious if there's a way. I can kind of see if there's comments, but how do I tell if anyone's even watching?
Did you make it public?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's public. That's a good point. Yeah, it's public.
I just say don't worry about it until. I'll be honest. I like the streams are just more. Okay, hang on. Let me think of the right word for it. When people say something is candid, what do they actually mean? Is it just like sort of homemade, like just sort of improvising homemade? Is that what people mean by candid?
Yeah, candid photo is like when you take a photo and the person's not really posing or anything. It's just like in the moment.
Yeah. I kind of like the more candid streams or whatever. Just people like they kind of show up and it's like, I guess I'm just doing it.
Yeah,
it's not really like formal.
You need an audience though. Like we do need to attract an audience.
Yeah, the only reason I reckon, like, if we had, like, for instance, people watching, which we currently don't, if we did, they might be like, who are these guys?
I just imagine, like Ben finds one, it's like, oh, there's one, and then he calls them out, and like he gets shy and leaves.
No, I won't call anyone out unless they
put a message
in the chat and they're like, hey.
I'll make a post one day. But right now I'm sniffly and I don't want anybody I summon to be like it's not meant to be, but yes.
Also we need to so with this account, Amber, I can send the link out to your YouTube channel as well. And Kev, if you make one, I can do the same thing. So we could be streaming, like whatever this we end up calling this. Like we could just call this a thing. Could be like Monday Night Art or whatever. And then that kind of thumbnail or whatever can go to like any of our channels. So that if people want to subscribe to yourself or to Kev or me or whatever, like they won't miss it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I need to I should probably set this up on my
or you could just you just upload the VOD to YouTube, Amber.
The what? Is
you
that like
do that,
it's been recorded?
It's a video on demand. So I don't know if like it's however, but
you could do that, but it'd be easier to, because it would, if you stream it, like if you send it to Amber's channel, it'll automatically just have it there.
We can't share it.
Yeah. Also, currently on the basic plan or whatever it is that I've got, it did tell me that it's not recording what we do. So really, the only copy of it that will exist will be on YouTube. So yeah, but I have a feeling that I will end up just paying for the sub and seeing how we go.
Split it.
Yeah,
we need to actually do it though before we.
That's what I'm saying. Like let's make sure we do a few nights in a row. I might even jump in and try and do some just on my own as well, just to kind of like get more practice in, I guess, in doing this.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah,
but like I kind of
videos as well.
Yeah, I think. Well, I haven't been doing anything with my socials really. I've been pretty slack. I haven't been doing much of my art too, so just in general, just being slack.
We gotta get better.
Yeah. Oh, I gave Ribs a plan yesterday. I was like, I think I can do one traditional painting a week for a year.
Is that starting next year, or are you starting this year?
No, it's starting this week.
Ooh. That's cool. I'll hold you to it because during my surgery, like the recovery time, I've set up like what art I want to paint, and I want to do it every day because I'm off for 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So I can hold you to it, and you can hold me to my thing.
Yeah, dude, for sure. I think
October
needs
technically
to be done, man. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
How was your spine, anyways?
My spine.
Yes.
That is not what my surgery is about, but my spine is good.
I know. All the stuff goes. Amber's like, "Oh, I gotta fix my back or something." It's like, "What happened to your spine?"
Oh yeah, when I pulled my back out the other Monday because I couldn't. Yeah. My
So that was from iPad, right?
Yeah, it was like my neck and my back. I rang the chiropractor. I think I said that, and he was like on his honeymoon. He only just rang me back, and he's like, "Oh, I see. I have a missed call from you." I'm like, "Curse you, chiropractor! You weren't there when I needed you."
I can do it.
Be the case.
No, the
I remember that was the thing when it came to what do you call it? Every kind of like we're gonna have a baby video or movie. Sorry, not video. I always feel like that was kind of one of the main plot points is the OB or whatever that they book is always on holiday when the baby actually arrives. Creates a huge drama.
Yep.
So luckily it wasn't a baby.
No, that would be much worse.
Much more stressful.
Yes.
But yeah.
My spine is okay for now. Until I do.
You might have to do like neck exercises.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Just take a break every once in a while.
I refuse. Never.
But there's definitely something not right about, because I remember even when I was doing stuff on the iPad, like Ruz would be like, doesn't your neck hurt? And I'm like,
yeah, it's not good.
But it should, right? Like it's not right. Like we're hunched over like we would be on a mobile device.
It's like holding up a bowling ball. Like our heads are actually really heavy.
Yeah.
But oh well. We do what we do.
Just have to survive.
Yes.
Slog through it.
Yup.
So what are you guys painting up? I've got my. I'm guessing you guys can figure out what I'm doing. But what are you? I can see Kev's is doing. Kev's is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think all of ours is fan art, actually.
Huh? Oh, you're doing
All of
fan
ours
art?
is fan art. Yeah.
What's yours, Amber? Actually, I don't recognize it.
You
You've always got
people suck.
obscure fan art. I'm just like,
I
or at
do
least
not.
old man Ben has no idea.
You guys should have an idea because the show is amazing. Hold on.
Is it
Let me
Lyndon?
just stop.
Because the likeness isn't good.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
No, it is Simon. Except I
Simon?
can't maximize my window.
Simon Donuts.
Who is Simon?
No. This dude. I'm showing
Okay.
you. Oh, wait. It's not showing you my screen? Oh.
No, because you're probably just showing your window. It's kind of how I've got it too, just in case random things appear in the middle of the screen.
Like, oh no, I showed my funky digits of my
That's
credit
okay.
card.
Like, oh,
There you
whoops.
go. I'll
I
post.
didn't want that to go
I
out.
didn't post his hair.
Oh,
Ah,
I
he's-
just don't
Spam.
myself.
Much better in your version.
Well, I mean, he's 2D in the normal version.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks like
Oh, that's a good photo.
much better already. Just saying.
I should have done this one. Yes. I like this better. This would have been a good pose.
Is this Adventure Time?
Yeah, this is what the Ice King normally looks like before he becomes the Ice King.
Oh,
Yeah. This is like his human form. They just released the new TV show, and it's like featuring him.
Oh, cool.
It's very good.
do
You guys suck.
I didn't take you for like a person that likes Adventure Time that much.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite, probably my favorite animated TV show. I've watched every
Oh,
episode.
you can see anime.
So good.
Really?
Animated, yeah.
What is it?
It would have been
The
like
Adventure Time.
Castlevania or some one of your.
No,
Same
Adventure
vibe.
Time is really good. You should watch it with your kids, Ben, until it gets really dark and like adulty towards the end. Don't
They're
watch
like
the end
is
seasons.
that 2 episodes in or something? Like, how long does it take to?
It's like black humor, where it's like, I don't know. You have to watch it. Kids can watch it. It's a kids show. It's fine. It just gets progressively darker.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes.
I think John was telling me about it as well. Like he and his kids watch it a lot. And
It's
like,
really good.
you gotta get around to it.
Yeah. And because like the episodes are only 5 minutes or something. It's like
Ah, so yeah, it's
non-committal.
easy enough.
Yeah.
It's good for their small attention span brains that they have these days.
And my small attention span brain.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
It appeals to my small brain. Oh dear.
Terrible, terrible.
But good, we're getting supernova content, are we? Is that what we're all doing?
I suppose so. I'm kind of like I'm wanting to just get good at painting, but I want to get good at painting nerdy stuff, like the stuff I care about, really.
Yeah. Well, we've got all the niches.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, a lady that was at Supernova and I went and talked to and I did like an art trade with her.
Yeah.
I've been watching her just go around Australia and do other ones.
Oh,
And she just
cool.
has so many more followers now. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, just from going to cons.
Yeah, and just like she posts reels now, and her follower count went up by 10,000 since Supernova.
Jeez, that's a lot. Yeah, there definitely could be more we could be doing. I suppose. I think you're doing pretty good, though, Amber. I think your count's up there. I haven't checked on you lately, but I imagine you're doing all right.
Mm.
But yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to do videos and things.
Oh, as in like edit videos? I think
yeah, you can actually upload reels like directly through the app. I think it lets you just like edit reels and stuff. I haven't tried it. You did reels, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah, but I only did that with like time lapses. So if I had a time lapse of something straight out of Procreate,
Yeah.
I would then just post it as like a reel. But I should do more of that. Probably will do more of that once I've got stuff to post. So this will be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that in the end, it's like we just need to be generating content, and that applies to both the art and stuff to post.
Yeah, essentially, you are correct.
The good thing is it's something we enjoy doing, so it's not like it shouldn't feel forced as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do need to stay on top of the cons, I guess, because we missed the Anime Smash one.
Oh, I was gonna say she did Oz Comic Con, and I was like,
oh,
damn, maybe yeah, and I was like, damn it, maybe I was wrong because she just sold the same stuff that she did at Supernova. I don't know if she did better or worse, but remember I said to you it's like superhero stuff?
Yeah.
But she doesn't sell superhero stuff, so.
What does she
sell? Yeah, I imagine in the end it's like
fandoms. She does Our Flag Means Death. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know.
Okay. You know What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes. I know those guys.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know, like Taika Waititi. Did I say his name?
Yes.
This is his other show, essentially. He made a show about pirates. Anyway, she does art for that. And Good Omens. Which I don't know.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to cons, like even the one that like we went to Supernova, you could consider that a comic convention one too. But I think just in general, it's just nerdy stuff. Doesn't matter what it is anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we shouldn't feel like we don't belong, I suppose.
Yes, put me in the basement. No.
I do like that we have such a varied art and fandoms that we all do.
We need one person to round out everything. We need like a person that's really into gore and another person that's into smut.
Well, no, the thing is,
you. I thought that was you, Kev. What happened?
We can all be the smart people for the different things.
I don't know if I'll be.
One of those like a weekly thing is like the Who's the Smutter of the Week. This week is Amber. And we have to take like
every week is Amber.
That person would probably be the most popular, but I'll stick with my comic books for now.
I don't know.
It's worse. We'll have to go into the agreement. It's like, now you gotta pick one. They have to be risque.
I said to Lyndon that my dream thing would be to paint characters that, like, pin-ups or sexy versions of characters that shouldn't be sexy, like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. I was like, I want to paint just like really sexy versions of horrible characters.
I thought you were going to be
like it'd be so popular, right? Even though it'd be terrifying.
Yeah. 100%. If there were people in the chat, there would be a bunch of yeses going up.
Yes.
Sadly, we have no one in the
chat. I'll be the one person.
Go on, type. Like,
okay. Guys. Make it yes. Make it happen. Oh, too funny.
It's gonna happen.
I'm really liking how your one's coming together, by the way, Kev.
Who? Oh.
I can't see. Oh, I can see Kev's.
Did you get to do much on it in between this and the last little test stream we did?
I mean, you said like, oh, you should leave it for the stream. I was like, oh, okay, I got all the stuff I can work on anyways.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at you listening to me. That never happens.
Wow.
Just saying.
You walk me around.
It's so cute.
Remember you telling me you don't look at me when I speak?
Wow. I didn't realize I was playing piano. That's so cute.
It is adorable. That will sell.
Yes.
Peaches.
No, it'll get stuck in my head.
Jack Black is too good for Bowser. Oh, actually, they're both good. But Jack Black is just a perfect person for him.
He really did embody him well.
Yeah.
I'd like to do human Bowser. That'd be fun.
You should.
Sexy human Bowser.
And make him. And then you should draw like a little small Mario on the side that's like.
You know where my priority's at.
Make it
sexy. What do you mean make him sexy? He's already sexy.
Draw a hot Goomba.
Oh, what?
A hot Goomba.
How? Oh, how? Nasty.
You figured it out. You're the ones that were drawing villains.
I do Boo. I guess that's just Booette.
I love the. There's a lot of sounds in what's called Mario. I think the Boo sound is like one of the most iconic ones. I love that. It's also the
one that's like really hard to imitate. It's like a dolphin noise.
Yeah, but it's just like it's both. I think it's a funny sound. I don't know.
It's pretty cute. I mean, Ben could do sexy superheroes. Hey, weren't you going to be painting female superheroes or something?
Yeah, when are you going to paint Collie?
Yeah, when am I going to do ladies? I thought you were going to paint some ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Dudes.
I just I was just craving just doing some drawings, to be honest. Yeah. Like just line up.
Yeah.
Stuff. How dare you?
I mean, I'm like sitting over here. I'm being too careful with this, but I don't know. I kind of painted it in a different way this time.
It does look like slightly different to what you normally do. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah. I've been using like the base colors and then selecting them. It actually works pretty well.
What have you been using? Sorry.
I've been using like this layer, so it has like all the base colors and stuff, and then I just select it wherever.
It's nice and clean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So like you're using masks, selection masks and stuff, kind of.
Yeah, I just use like base colors. It's like, oh, it looks pretty well actually.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, when you're dealing with like especially massive comps where you've got like several characters, you need that, man. It's too hard to try and do it without it.
Yeah. I don't know how to do stuff. Who of us probably loves
what?
I don't know. I was listening to people talk about like how they have their wine or whatever. And it's like, oh, I have my wine, every steak bite or whatever. Every time I eat my food. And then now it's
like, no. Asking me how much wine I have?
No, wait, how much wine do you have?
I bet I don't drink much. Very little. Is that what you're asking, or am I hearing things wrong?
No. Well, I was like asking, it's like, who loves wine more? And I was like thinking, it's like, oh, it's probably Amber.
I mean, I probably drink more wine than you guys.
Yeah, they're both of us.
I mean, I only ever drink when I'm with my friends. I don't drink by myself ever. I didn't see the point. Yeah, I'm a social drinker. I'm like, why would you sit and drink by yourself? I don't get the point.
Have you? I feel like if you were like on a quiet evening or and you have work off, it's like, oh, you can just buy some beer or wine.
I can't do it. The other thing maybe is beer, but that's more like because it's refreshing. Maybe. Or cider, I guess. But even then, I'm like, I don't see the appeal. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not, like, I feel like I haven't got rounds on that, even in high school. I still don't fully. It's not like a Zoomer or Boomer, whichever. I just don't get what's called the appeal of drinking by yourself as well. Yeah. It's like no one drinks it for taste, right? They just drink it to get messed up.
I mean, that's not true. Yeah. Some alcohol tastes good. Like wine can taste nice, depending on the wine. You can definitely tell cheap wine from nicer wine.
Yeah, you probably just
but
not
sometimes-
had good drinks before yet, Kev.
But sometimes I'm like told it's like, oh, wine's like a good palate cleanser for when you're eating steak or whatever. It's like, is it? I thought people would like eat it for the wine. I mean, to taste the wine.
Not
Red
as a
wine
palate
and red
cleanser.
meat is very good.
Yeah,
And then
they
like white wine
complement
with
each other.
seafood. Yeah.
Is it like a science that's already been figured out? It's like, oh, wine always good well for meat or whatever, or cheese.
I think it's just like if you're gonna have a steak. This is my thing. I may be wrong, but I'm like, don't have Coke with a steak. Just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Have water with a steak
But, like,
or
if it's on the
lemonade.
table, I'll have it anyways.
Sorry.
It's like
If it's just there on the table, I'd say I'll still drink it anyways.
Yeah, I guess.
but I guess beer and wine kind of works better with like a red meat.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Do you
I
think they really-
don't really drink, so
So speaking of when we were talking about like AI earlier, I was like, just kind of curious what AI programs are there for like other things, and such like cooking. Did you know there's a site that generates recipes for you? Actually, didn't you do that for a while back?
yeah, you can do that. I didn't do it to generate recipes. I was trying to figure out like a good macro breakup of like protein, carbs, and fats. And then I was like, design for me like a simple food plan of like 2,200 calories a day with this amount of protein, this amount of carbs, this amount of blah blah blah, and then it just kind of gave you the food. I guess it gave you like a grocery list as well. Like I asked for a grocery list, it made things easier. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the food wasn't good. Like I was just asking for basic things, which is just pretty much like have some mince and sweet potato and some rice and some broccoli. I'm like, sweet, thank you, thank you, robot.
I'm glad you understand your tastes.
Yeah, but it's it wasn't tasty. It was okay. It just did the job, which is what I needed. I was just like, you just give me a clean eating food plan, really. That's all I wanted.
That's pretty
good. I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm sure there's better ones out there now.
Yeah.
Seems to be better things out every other day.
But now that I think about that, that's also kind of messed up too. It's like people that make like cookbooks and stuff. It's like just stealing all the recipes and stuff. Isn't that like in itself kind of like an art?
Well, it's kind of what all the writing is doing, right? That's what the whole writer's strike is all about. It's taking things that have been written before and then just creating new things out of it, right?
Yeah,
it's not necessarily good, but it definitely speeds up the process. So
yeah, I did mention it before, right? Like so in America, when it was about to be autumn or whatever, so camping is very popular and foraging is very popular around that time. And like, all the search engines for like AIs and stuff, it gets like all the trends and like what's popular, and it just generates books about like camping and stuff, and books about foraging. And I think the government or whatever, I don't know who it was, had to like issue like a public service announcement. It's like, hey, don't buy these AI generated books. They're not like, proven because you could kill yourself by eating, bad foraged food or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of that. Yeah, like that's it's funny. There's that when it happens with AI, where it's like, gives you bad advice, but then there's also stories of like people who've gone to doctors and weren't able to figure out what their issues was when they told their doctor the symptoms. I think it was a vet, not a person. It was a story I heard. But yet the vet didn't have a clue what was going on, and so this like guy who was desperate like asked ChatGPT like what his dog gave all his symptoms and what he was going through, and he came back with these 3 possible outcomes, and then he was able to test and figure out which one it was, and then he went back to the vet and was like, he's got this. And the guy's like, and he was right. So There's some cases where it works.
I was partially expecting that to just give him just cancer.
Sorry?
Like Google always says, like when you self-diagnose, it's like Google says you have stage 5 of leukemia. I was like, oh, thanks Google.
Yeah, I've made that mistake so many times and given myself a heart attack so many times. I really have a bad habit of Googling my symptoms.
And you're like, oh, it's just a cold.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're good. You're good. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I did go to it. I remember like there was this one time where I was like, I had like a stomach pain. And I was like, I think I know what it is because I Googled it. And then like I went and like asked the doc and they did all the tests and whatever. And I was right. And I was like, aha. I did.
I can totally imagine.
Sorry?
I was going to say, I can totally imagine just doctors. I feel like doctors already roll their eyes when they're like, it's like, where do you get this diagnosis? It's like, oh, yeah, from the internet. And now that they're going to be like getting diagnoses that could be correct. And get like patients are like think they know more than them.
Well, that was, see, I actually told that to the doctor. I was like, you must get this a lot, like people coming with their diagnosis already. And he's like, oh, look, that does happen. But he goes, it's a good thing in a way, because usually when people come and they've kind of researched their symptoms, they have a better understanding of what it is that they're actually dealing with. So it actually helps them to kind of explain it to the patient better. That makes sense, because they're already kind of like have informed them, like they've already read up on what it could be. And so when the doctor's explaining it to him, they have a better understanding. And so it's easy to kind of,
yeah, I guess like they can also assume from like the symptoms as well, right? It's like, oh, so it's like, okay, body aching and runny nose or whatever, so probably rounds up to like 500 other diseases.
Yeah, it's the ones, well, so the problem is every time I Google it, it's like they always go, it could be one of these 10 things, and one of them is always like cancer. And so you're like, fuck. I mean, whoops, I didn't swear. So you're like, but you're like, you know, obviously you start panicking because you go, what if it's that? And then you go to the doctor and like, it's not that. I'm like, oh. So I just gave myself like 3 days of stress before I saw you for no reason. Cool. Yeah. After that, I was like, I am not Googling it ever again. It's like, I'm done doing that.
Okay. I went through like a long thread of like thinking or whatever. I thought of like an alternate universe where actually you were right and the doctor was wrong. And I was like thinking also, it's like, can you sue the doctor if they didn't diagnose the cancer when you did?
Yeah, there's definitely.
I mean, if they misdiagnose you, that's very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, both situations, I'm sure you could be sued. Doctors could be sued for. But I'd rather be told I have something than I don't have it, than be told that I don't have something and I do have it and do nothing about it. So.
I guess I was like thinking in a sense. I guess you can go for earlier treatment or whatever.
Yeah, especially when it comes to serious stuff. Like it's always about the earlier the better. Anyway, why are we talking about these dark topics? Jeez.
It's all powers. It's freaking. It's like SBS when it's like past midnight.
Yeah.
All stuff just goes dark. Do we still have SBS?
Yeah.
Did we start out on SBS?
Do we still have? Like
Yeah.
I haven't checked free television in ages.
I watch SBS a lot. I always just put the food channel on. I'm like, yes, cooking in the background.
Do you guys like? Yeah, I've completely feel like I've replaced my TV with YouTube, which is weird.
I mean, I definitely watch more YouTube than TV. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to think about it. I'm like, I guess it is more.
Where else do you get your like true crime and stuff? just walking past Amber is like, is that another murder?
Well,
Yes.
I'd argue there's just as much on Netflix.
Every time I look at Amber's screen, I'm like, that he's either like a person that does makeup or is a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mix, right?
Yeah.
It's like
someone
cute
getting
things
ready
and then
to
murder.
They are both equally plausible.
I can't even deny it.
I do remember that. That was
I do
Okay.
remember like Ben being able to look at my screen at work. I'm like, Ben, stop looking at my screen.
it was always like surveillance
Or
footage
Critical Role.
of like someone being spoken to in a police station.
Yes.
Oh, like in like
Yeah.
an interrogation or whatever.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
being interrogated or something. I'm just like, oh, who is it this time?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out, Ben. God.
I want to
yeah.
see how many
Can
Can you
people
do it? Can you do it?
I don't know what it is. Women love murder. Women are
Yeah, it's
crazy.
messed up. It's,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Sometimes we're like, okay, be honest. In a toxic relationship of his blood, is it generally the woman that kills the guy, or like the man that kills?
It's definitely the man that kills the woman.
Doesn't mean that women don't also kill.
It
but-
doesn't mean they don't, but the statistics are
Yeah.
it's very much men. But
I guess
Men are
I've
more
listened to a few that were
capable
women.
to violence.
I guess
Yeah.
at the same time, I guess it's just more interesting when the woman kills the guy.
Women definitely kill different and like do weird things. Like that woman that killed those men and put them in a kimchi barrel. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh god.
In a kimchi barrel.
I hope she
Yeah.
fermented it too.
Because like
Wow.
kimchi's like fermented cabbage. She was like fermenting bodies in there. I'm like, I guess that's an interesting
Oh.
way to nasty.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I
Okay.
shouldn't be talking about this live. It's family
It's
friendly.
okay. We're going through the gamut of all topics in one night.
I doubt they're family friendly.
Okay. No one, absolutely no one's gonna ever see this.
You know what's funny?
Oh.
We've not spoken about what we do, like in terms of actual art at all. It's just been about everything else. But
It sounds like I'm a murderer now. That's my occupation.
I like that though. Sometimes I like it when the streamers I watch, their identity is always made by something that's just unintentional, and sometimes that's just fun. Whatever.
Mhm.
Like
Should
the ones I watch is like they have like a talk show, and one guy, he's all nice and all of that, and then he just accidentally says one thing that's racist. That was completely unintentional, and then it's like people was like sort of meme about that.
I like when
Yeah.
people take things out of context too. They're
Yeah, that's
they're
too.
like, chat, don't do that.
Yeah, we worried about that stuff.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I can't stream this to my YouTube as well, can I? I probably need like
No, I can do it.
premium.
Yeah,
No,
stream.
I can do it. So if next time we do it, I can add destinations, including yours, Amber. So
Oh really?
yeah, so I can go add new destination. I could do it now, actually. Jeez, I didn't realize that.
But then wouldn't you need like my permission? That seems a bit weird.
Well, okay, let me see. So if I go YouTube channel, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, give him permission
Yeah,
to
I think
stream.
I'd need to sign into your YouTube account.
Yeah. Which you can, like it's not a big deal, but
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
a
see
bit-
how that
then
works.
then I'll change your algorithm from murder mysteries to I don't know, whatever the
Hey,
heck
this
I'm
is
watching.
this is my separate YouTube account, like my art one. So I don't really care what you do.
Oh well, then yeah, because that's the same thing with mine. Like mine's just my art one too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's what we'd do. Like I'd log in your one, and then that'd be it. It'd be on its way.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's doable. It's very
Just-
doable.
And then Kev can make one.
Yeah.
Just give Amber like what's it called, access to the stream, and then immediately copyright her.
Copyright strike.
It's like,
Banned.
wait, I didn't give you permission to stream that. It's like I'm on the stream.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's pretty.
I actually kind of do wonder about that. It's like, I wonder if there ever been podcasts where it's like, hey, you can't stream that. It's like, what do you mean? I am on it, though. Or like, if you've been on a movie, it's like,
I think you'd have to still give permission. Like if you, like for instance, if I was just streaming us having a conversation and you guys weren't aware, I think you guys could have. You'd have rights to be like, can you take that down, please?
I said something. Take that whole thing down.
Yeah. I'm like, so Kev, what do you really think about XXX?
Yeah, I feel like that's entrapment.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't want to just say like something controversial.
You never know. There could be one person watching us.
I think there actually was a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
It might have been Rubes or Lyndon. Oh, wait, no, there's still someone watching us.
Oh, hello, person.
Could it be?
Is it you? You just have yourself
and whatever happened to like not like cherry picking one person?
What? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't to talk to you.
sorry, I forgot.
Oh, look, that's all right. That's fine. I imagine it's probably it'll be probably Rubes or someone, who knows the
Could be Lyndon, we don't know.
When you started off that sketch on, by the way, Ben, when it was just his face, I kind of really wanted his face to just be like a giant thumb.
To be a what? A giant.
When you just had his
giant thumb.
When you just had his face, whatever, it just like I can just imagine his neck was like a thumb. Like it's just like
like it's just like a thumb upside, like a thumbprint.
Like you didn't have the eye bits. I think he's
like he just has a really fat neck and it's like, oh.
Do you remember the thumb people from Spy Kids?
From
no one remember. Why do you guys never get my references? Oh, yeah, Spy Kids.
I do
big
remember.
Thumb.
I have kids and I have not watched Spy Kids. So I don't
that is not the thing I remember from Spy Kids, right? I watched both the movies.
Look up Thumb Man from Spy Kids.
I do now. Aren't they like the main bad dudes or whatever?
No, the main bad dude, he's hot. I should paint him actually. Anyway, distracted. No, he controls thumb people. Shut up, Ben.
Oh my gosh.
Did you type in thumb people?
Yeah. Just in case anyone wants to actually see what this is. Here.
Oh, you gonna share it?
I'll share it. Some person.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. They were like,
there he is.
I don't remember
it?
Bro.
It's so cursed. Who made that movie? Honestly.
Why are they all thumbs?
I don't remember. To be honest, I don't know.
I only remember the premise of the second one. It's
I feel like they're also like giving the middle finger at the same time.
They probably are, honestly.
They look like
I don't remember the difference between the first and the second one.
Oh my goodness.
Is it kind of weird that I think the people kind of remind me of Lazy Town?
Yeah, Lazy Town's great.
This looks like a horror. Was this in a kids movie?
It is a kids movie.
I like Spy Kids 2 better because it's got the hot villain. I think the thumbs are in the first one actually.
Jeez, pretty rough.
You should make a portrait, like hot portrait of the thumbs.
Oh my god, I could do him with the thumbs. See, this is the content that I would paint, but no one requires this content.
Yeah, people will just like it and then say that's like that's cool.
I think that's your next Supernova piece to sell out for sure.
You never know. Like, the things that people bought were the ones that I didn't think they would. So clearly, people want niche stuff.
Yeah, I think that there's something to it. I think it's a lot of the same stuff, right? So when they see something different, they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
I love the people that like. I like the people that Amber rubber mix. Like they walk past the skull and then they like look at my work is like, hang on, hold up. I recognize that dude.
It's all thirsty women. That was like my market.
It was like their necks like just cartoonishly like elongates as they're looking at your work.
They saw the Ganondorf nipples. That's what it was. Clearly.
That totally did draw some people in.
Nip cell.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
excuse me, Ben's Warhammer thing pulled more attention than anything else.
And also most disappointment.
Yeah, Ben's
I was
like,
the most disappointing artist for people there. Absolutely zero.
You broke so many hearts, Ben.
You should just be like, okay, I'm selling it.
You could have auctioned it,
I
honestly.
Said,
you should have.
You know what? You could just have it.
You should have auctioned it. That would have been so good.
Yeah, I know.
Starting bid, $500.
I don't know what to do with all that stuff, really. I can't really do anything, sadly. It just exists, and that's it.
Do people have OCs of like Warhammer?
Do people have OCs?
Yeah, do the people like make their own, like their souls as commanders or something?
Well, yeah, they kind of make their own custom units, so I would imagine they would.
Can I have the YouTube link to this? I want to see what it looks like. I want to be in the
you sure can.
It's
just on my. Have you got my YouTube channel, Brado Art One?
I guess I follow you. I'm kidding.
Jeez, that much effort. Goodness.
Hold on, I just need to open it.
Amber, did you know what's going on? Amber, did you know Bowser Jr.'s little bangle things doesn't have spikes on it?
Doesn't have spikes? Or it does? Doesn't it have like little nubbins instead?
Nope.
Doesn't have nubbins? Oh.
Nope. I didn't know that either.
Wow.
I felt betrayed.
I'm shocked.
I thought this household only ever wears BDSM.
Oh no. I think the only thing I probably want to check on this, as I do wonder if our audio's decent or if it's okay.
Well, I can hear you. You can hear me, and we can hear Amber. So I think everyone's kind of fine, right? I would assume everyone's fine.
I can hear you guys. I don't think we're using the best microphones, so they're a bit tingy and distant and stuff.
Well, I just heard myself, and I was like, "Ew," and I closed it. I'm like, gross.
What is that?
Yeah, I was like, "Ew, who's that?"
Voice modulator.
Gross. I really do.
It actually had this funny feature where I could let me see if it'll do it. It can filter my face to make me look prettier.
Ooh.
See if I can still do that.
I thought the filter was already on, Ben.
Oh, you're too nice. Oh wait, it is actually on.
Damn. That's even funnier. Remember when I was like, "Oh, you look really thin. You look really good."
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's why.
Okay, let me take it off and look at my old lines. I'm so old now. Does it happen? Does it change? I got bags under my eyes. See, you guys are missing out on all that detail.
Oh,
yeah, you're like hilarious. A little icon. I can't tell the difference.
That's pretty funny.
Dear. Yeah, I could see it, I guess. Well, I guess I could definitely see it when I zoom in. I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm looking old. Anyway, that is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yar. Yarp yarp. It does say someone's still watching us, so.
Are you sure it's not? I feel like it's a ghost. It's like it's someone else's room.
Could be. Really. Oh well, it's all good.
I want your fan.
Oh dear. But yeah, I'm gonna really try and stick to doing it.
Well, I do kind of wonder though. It's like, say that you do get big on Twitch or something, then
oh, you're on my screen. I stopped doing it. Oops.
Oh no!
I got distracted.
It's all right. I'll go to Kev. We're all
Sorry.
That. Okay, now you're back. All right, and back to you.
I was looking at cosplays.
Yes. Say that you got big on Twitch ban.
What
What would your schedule look like? Like a scheduled stream look like?
What do you mean? Is it if it actually worked out and
so I don't know, like say it's a full-time job for you now, and like you stream for 6 hours or something. What does those 6 hours look like?
Probably days. Well, actually, it'd be daytime. I'd just switch out my work hours, right? Is that what you're talking about? Like I do nothing else but Twitch or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
just like a show that you make work.
I would probably do day because, like a lot of the streams that I watch that are in the States actually start at night in the States, which is like my afternoon, early morning. So I'm usually, so if I was to stream, then technically I'd be on at night in the States, which is probably the bigger audience, right?
Well, I was kind of more like thinking like, okay, first hour of the segment is just like, oh, you know, what's going on, what's happening, whatever. It's like looking at people's art or whatever. And then this...
Oh, like it's an actual show? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's from second and fourth hour, it's like, oh, we're going to do some art and stuff. And then the fifth hour is like, we're going to look up some people's art and then try to improve it or something like that.
Try and what, sorry?
Trying to improve it or something like that. Or just tip section.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like Mark Brunet or like Clint Keeley. Like an actual thing.
Yeah.
An actual show.
We could do an actual show, us three. We could.
Well, I don't know.
This is a show, right? Like, you know, probably not a great show.
Not yet. Not yet to me.
I don't know. I'm being entertained because I'm on it, but I don't know that anyone else would be entertained.
That's a big reason.
All that matters. We're entertained.
No, I was like, I'm getting to just like hang out with you two and just do art. I'm like, that's kind of all I really want to do. So I'm fine with this.
Well, that's fair.
Works for me. But yeah, like, no, I think even if this was a thing, I think it would just be like a once or twice a week thing, because I don't know, I would even talk about, just purely be like, I'm doing more stuff if you want to watch.
Yeah, I'm fucking just I can't stop saying. I can't say stuff.
Sorry?
I'm like, I really should stop swearing all the time, but
yeah, I'm trying to control.
Hard habit.
Yeah. Look, it's toxic masculinity to hold yourself back, hide yourself.
Wow.
So toxic, Kev. Yeah,
you can't let that stuff in.
I don't think you should talk about toxic masculinity on the stream.
I
wouldn't say that you exhibit that at all, so I think you're good.
I would even wager to say I don't even fully understand that term.
You're that non-toxic, you don't even understand. Oh wow.
Well, it's just kind of more like
That's so husky, Ben.
Yeah, just cough that just does not want to go away, and so I just got this phlegm. It's really attractive, but this phlegm that just keeps coming back up and annoys me.
That's good.
You got a cough. That is clearly a sign of cancer.
Oh no! Wow.
Don't get me googling, man.
Damn it, Kev. Oh, why is it I can see better on the stream than I can on my own screen? I'm like using the stream. I'm like, oh, I can actually see what I'm doing. My screen is way too dark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You gotta brighten it up, dude.
I
thought that was just your style, dark pieces.
I mean, it is, but sometimes it's so dark even I can't see it. That's not good.
You gotta sense it. Just sense it.
I sense.
Okay, I got an art question.
Yes.
So whenever you guys make, like, say, a new layer and you're working kind of somewhat organized, like this layer is a highlight layer, this one's a shadow layer, and this one's whatever else layer.
Should I go to your... Wait, hold up. Let's go to your thing.
Presumptuous of you to think that I have those things.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Like, do you ever like? I'm assuming Ben probably works more like this, right? It's like when you have the base color, the highlights, and then like a multi-layer and stuff. Do you always like try to finish everything like in like say the highlight layer is like I'm gonna try and
I
finish
think
it
you'll
before?
find that people work differently. I don't do that, and I don't think Ben does that.
No, I don't do that
I
at
think
all.
it's a Kev thing.
You know?
Yeah, no, I will like treat. All I really use layers for is like experimenting, really. So I'll like have whatever my actual painting layer. Like I'll separate figures and from backgrounds and things. Excuse me. But as I'm painting, I don't normally. Oh my gosh, voice.
Wow, how can you stream for 6 hours if you can't even stream for this long?
All right.
Dying.
Sorry, I'm back. It's okay.
Do you want to grab
Cleared-
like a
Yeah, it's just. Anyway, no. So what I normally do is I have like a base. So like I say, figure. I might have the head on a separate layer, maybe, but whatever
But
I
you
paint, I paint on a separate layer to the head layer. And then once I'm happy with what I did, I'll merge it down and then do that again. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't normally use too many layers. It's very limited.
That kind of reminds me when John told me off about like merging layers.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you go to think about animation, it's a bit different. But like for what we're doing, then you don't have to need that many layers. I definitely, try and limit it because it's just like a file thing.
A little cheat I do. It's like I merge everything and then I cut it out and then pretend that was my working file, anyways.
Oh yeah, I'll do that too.
I do the same thing because I work in one layer. I'm like, yeah, sure, it was millions of layers.
Yeah, I was that. I had that much foresight.
I know, right? That prepared.
Yeah, it doesn't work sometimes because when you're like applying like additive, like adjustment layers and things, you can't do it across multiple layers.
You guys and like freaking adjustment layers. Ugh.
I love it.
YouTube
What's wrong with
demons.
adjustment layers? Let's make adjustments.
Ugh. Click to everything.
Listen, I'm working traditionally now, technically, so there is no adjustment layers. It's painful.
Fine. There's no Control Z either.
I'm just like thinking, like, what do I do here?
Actually, there kind of is Control Z. You just pick the color and you paint over it again. It's good.
I guess so. Like with oil paints, there is sort of.
Yeah, it kind of goes away. It's pretty thick. But yeah, it's not forgiving, so you do really have to know what you're doing. But the one thing I did realize with like just watching a whole bunch of awesome artists do art is that they do a ton of prep and planning before they even start the painting. There's like 2 drawings and a color painting and then another color painting before they even get to the final canvas. So yeah, that's why it looks so good.
From what John showed us, there is no hope.
Yeah. The digital stuff is kind of scary. It does start to make you feel like I might need to find another job.
But at the same time, I'm doing commissions at the moment, and all the people are very like against AI, and like those people are like, no, I want to make sure it comes from an actual artist. There's still people who are like, especially authors.
Yeah. No, well, like it's like I was listening to a talk about this artist comic book artist who'd done like a commission piece. It's like someone commissioned him to do an Iron Man. And so he did the Iron Man piece. It was just a commission of an Iron Man, so he did it. But the guy who had commissioned it fell through and wasn't able to afford it anymore, so he didn't get it. And then another guy approached him and said, can you draw me an Iron Man? And so he's like, I've got one already done. Here it is. And so he thought, look, he'll like it because here it is. You don't have to wait. It's already done. And because I've already done it before the con, it's going to be way better quality than it would be if I'd done it in front of you right here. But it was a bit different because he realized that the value was that the people commissioning you want to feel like you drew that for them.
Yeah.
And so because he had done it for someone else and was just kind of going, here's one I prepared earlier, he didn't feel like he got the same kind of commission, I guess.
That's a pretty
feelings out. Yeah, so I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense, because like I could see that. Like if someone asked, like if I was to go to an artist I love and I'm like, hey, I see a really cool Wolverine, and then he's like, I've got one already. I'm like, oh, that's still cool, but it's not the one that I
want.
Sorry?
Well, especially with people's characters too. They're like, they want it a specific way. Too.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think. Yeah.
You would kind of feel like they're using a template or something, and it's like, oh no, you want yours to be like unique.
I actually pretty sure. So the last person I worked for, like did something for, sent me reference that I think they built in AI. Like it looked like AI. Like they tried to get the character as close as they could to what they envisioned, but they use that as like the reference. And I'm like, that's interesting. So it's like, I don't know. I guess they still want that sort of art look.
Yeah, I feel like it can help in some ways where people are just like, they can't draw something like this, and they just like exactly know what they want.
Yeah, to like explain.
It's just pretty much making it. It's a good way to kind of like ensure that they're able to explain to the artist what it is they want better. Like, because if they're not an artist and they can't, a picture tells 1,000 words, right? Whatever it is. So if they're able to show you a picture that's like 80% of the way there, then they can get the rest of it via some simple notes.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, and yeah, definitely there's benefits in that. But yeah, it does get a bit crazy. Like when you can kind of see, like, if someone isn't too fussy, they could really get what they wanted just straight out of AI. It all depends on how important it is.
I kind of do wonder sometimes, like,
I wonder how many people are like using AI and just making a quick buck.
I'd say perfect. Sorry, Kev, you were saying something?
Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot, Amber. I guess it's just kind of more like, is this like kind of a case of it's going to individually come for like occupations and stuff, but no one stands up for each other. It's like, oh, it came from the motor industry, but no one spoke up that much about it. And then it's like, oh, it came from the arts or whatever, and no one spoke up about that. Well, I wonder if it's going to be a case of that.
I have a feeling it's coming for everything, and I think everyone's aware at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think. I like, even when you said, like, we were joking around, like what trade should you do because of AI, and you were like marriage counseling. Like, I'm pretty sure there'll be AI doctors doing better jobs than doctors.
Just grew up our problems.
It's like, not marriage counseling. It's the one thing.
Just be like,
oh, no, I think even marriage counseling, they'll be like, yeah. The marriage counseling would be, why'd you get married in the first place? This is obviously
yeah. It's like,
the statistics say that 2 out of 3 marriages fail. So
you don't like about the other person. They will tell you about your compatibility. Actually, we didn't even consider it. You guys are not for each other. Go find someone else.
Yeah. It's like, but we've got kids, and we're like, yeah, they'll be fine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting world, man. I do kind of wonder, like, when my kids see me drawing and they're like, want to do drawing, they mention, they want to do that as a job, and I'm like, well, 1, it takes a lot of practice, and 2, there's a chance this job won't exist when you need it.
3, it takes the 10% of power and will, and I don't know that song. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of also wonder about IT and stuff. I would imagine IT, you can replace a lot too.
About what? Sorry.
I would imagine you can probably replace a lot of IT as well. IT.
Yeah. Well, it's replacing programmers at this point. So yeah, I think IT would be
now that I think about it, I do read a lot of Reddit where it's like, oh, they fired like tons of people in Microsoft and whatever else tech company, Google wins, Facebook as well. So it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but like, I guess I'm surprised at the amount of times that it comes up in a article.
Oh, it's coming up because no one's spending money. It's got nothing to do with AI. It's just everyone's broke at the moment.
I guess.
All these companies, like during like COVID, went on like hiring sprees because everyone was spending so much money because they were home. And so every company was just like worth so much more. But now that everyone's back to work and interest rates are up and, savings are gone again, all these companies that hired, they're like, oh crap, we can't afford you guys anymore, and that's to fire everyone.
Yeah, it's like also people saying it's like, oh, the easiest way to cut costs is to fire people. Oh, we're going to look good on the year-end financial quarter.
And it's kind of, it's a tricky thing, but it's one of those things where it's like you either fire 10,000 people or the company implodes and everybody loses their job in 5 years. So it's like you kind of have to realize, has the company got enough money to even make it another 2-3 years? So I was listening to like some business report, and they were talking about how like they were preparing themselves for pretty much making no profit until 2026. And so they're like, all right, so how do we keep the company alive for the next 4 years until things start to stabilize? And I'm like, well, we need to find, I was like, I don't know, whatever the figure was in terms of like reducing expenses. And obviously salary is the first thing they go to. It's like that, and then things. Yeah.
I wish I heard more good stories of like corporate companies, striving to make a good product rather than I don't know, making a profit, I guess. Because I'll think of Cuphead. It's like one, and like the story of how their game was about to almost not even come out. You know Cuphead, right? It's that game that.
Games company.
It's a game that's like
I know
it's like art and stuff, like the animation. And
they animated it traditional.
Yeah. And, like they needed so much funds to get it out, and like they did like a reverse mortgage to get the money to keep working on the game. And it's like, damn, that takes like some dedication and like genuine passion and love to making like.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that they're gonna get that money back either. So it's a pretty big
they got a Netflix deal, so at least they got that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there's no guarantee that would have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
If the game wasn't successful, that none of that would have worked. So gaming, especially, is like super high risk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish there was like more stories. Well, I guess probably not wish that, but like hear about more. I don't know.
There are companies that try and do a good thing, but unfortunately, companies that try and do a good thing still need to pay people.
Yeah.
And that means they need to generate income. And the only way to generate income is people have to either spend more with them or they need to reduce their costs. So it's there isn't kind of like an answer to it, because we always hear the crazy things of like CEOs getting like $1 million bonuses and stuff, and you're just like, the audacity, like that's crazy. And it is crazy, but at the same time it's like there's other companies there that like, they're all making good money, but if they don't keep that company afloat, more than 10,000 people are losing their job. It's like entire cities become unemployed. Like it gets a bit crazy. That's why you have like governments will go in and like bail them out and give them money so that they don't have like 200,000 people added to the dole in a month.
Yeah, it just kind of reminded me of what's called Blizzard as well. It's like, oh, Blizzard used to be like, trying to actually make a good product, but now it's like it's more like, controlled by executives and bottom line and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's no longer an indie company, right? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like when it was indie, yeah. It's like same with Riot. Like, they all started off small. They all started off with these small, good products, but at a certain point, you have several levels of executives and a lot of people who have invested a lot of money in the company that want to get that money back. Yeah, you can't really.
I didn't realize. Like the side game team fight tactics or whatever. Then
The which story?
the side game for what's called Riot, like the.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. The little penguin thingy.
Yeah, the little penguin thingy. Did you know that game has like $200 skins in it, multiple?
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. Coming from the company where I used to pay like like $6 or $5 per skin.
Yeah, but what's crazy is not that it's $200 skins. Is what's crazy is people want to spend $200 on a skin.
And this is the game for kids, high school kids.
Yeah, but the person who's spending $200 on a skin isn't a kid. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, they could be.
Oh, well, if they could, they've got money. Well, like it's kind of like if you want to spend, like it's like anything. Like you look at the designer wear stuff, right? Like people want to get the nice things. Like teenagers running around with like $2,000 handbags. It's like that's probably their monthly wage. But they want that luxury, and it's the same thing. So.
Yeah, well, it's like I had a chat with another mate where it's like, oh, let people buy what they want. So it's like, yeah, I guess it's the same there. People would buy like art, like their own characters. That's fine, even though it's a little bit strange. But
it's also like a bit of a flex, right? Like especially in game, like people want to be able to be like, yeah, I'm that good. I can afford a $200 skin.
Well, I mean, it's people who just buy commissions of their characters. Like I've done commissions for people who have booklets of the amount of commissions they have of their character. There's one person I've done 2 for, and she has a booklet like full of all the commissions she's had done. I'm like, wow. That's a lot of money. But like that's just her thing. She just collects them, I guess.
Okay. Then be honest. When you wear your watch, is it to flex on other people or is it just for yourself?
This one?
Yeah, well, don't you have like fancy watches and stuff? Don't you collect watches? Loki.
You have these really interesting ideas of who I am.
Yeah, well,
I'm not that guy.
I thought I remember you. Like, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's my watch collection.
my idea of fancy things right now are comic books and toys. So no, I'm not the watch guy.
And Teslas.
Huh?
And Teslas.
Yes. Yeah, man. I'm saving the planet. What are you talking about? I have a zero. I've got solar panels and a Tesla. Zero footprint, whatever it's called.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. You know when you like merge? No, you know when you like flatten an image on accident and you don't realize, and you like continue painting, and then you're like, I merged the layers. No, that happened to me. That's the worst. And you're like, how long ago did I do that? I don't do quite a bit.
Well, I would imagine Amber would be like, oh, whatever. I would have done it anyways.
Probably. If it's that bad, I'd be like, oh, I'll just cut it out awkwardly, maybe, if I can be bothered. It's just frustrating. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I'm having a moment where.
Oh, you.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm having a moment where I didn't plan this drawing properly, and so I'm like, I'm gonna put his claws here, but then I had his hand here, and now his hand is covered by the claws, and I'm like,
you should have did like the pose, the koala pose, the drop boat pose. I mean,
the what? Sorry.
the drop bear pose.
Drop
Remember that
bear
picture
the other day.
Where's the drop bear pose?
It was
Yes,
like,
I
oh,
will.
I found a picture of like a koala, and it's like, I thought this was like.
I
one of
legit
Ben's
thought
work.
you painted it. Yeah, it looks like Ben's art style. I was like, did Ben paint this? I'm so confused.
Well,
No,
where
it
do I
wasn't me.
send it to you?
He
Drop
sent
bear
it to
pose.
us. No, it's in our chat.
Yeah, it's in our chat. I just like thinking where do I put it so that Ben can eat quickly.
Just put it on your stage. Can you do that?
No, I'm just gonna send it to you instead.
Somewhere in our chat. Let me see. I can see if I can grab it.
Hang on. Where are you?
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Did you upload, Scribble Dog?
I heard the beep. It's like, oh, is that me? And then I was like, Ben, playing his sounds out of this.
That is not my. That's my painting. That's not my style. What are you guys talking about?
It really looks like you painted it. Me and Kev were like, what?
Well, I didn't say it looks like he's painting. I was like looking at poses. Like, I feel like I remember that pose.
Are you saying it because I have a pose of Wolverine jumping from the trees that I've painted
Yes.
previously?
Yeah, I
You
have to go
guys
check.
need to know?
I had to go check.
Let me bring up the
Where
two
did you
and then
post it? Where did you post it?
I just DM'd it.
Oh, it's on my stage. Sorry, here you go.
I don't know. I just feel
Oh,
like if you
okay,
told
how
me
did
you
I
were
do
doing
it?
a comic book koala, I'd be like, I believe you, Ben.
If you just
No.
drew like outlines of this dude and you didn't have like the cute koala ears, is that I'd be like, that's Wolverine.
Yeah.
I keep going to magnify. So, all right, I'll bring. I think this is why you guys are seeing
Yeah, it is
similarity. Let me find my Wolvie, and I can understand the confusion.
I don't know why you're so offended. I think it's kind of cool.
I'm not offended. I'm just saying I didn't
It's
paint
pretty
this.
cool.
Seeing this one,
Yep.
jumping from the trees.
It's the same picture. It's the same picture.
That is why. Yeah, I can understand. It's a similar pose, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh god, they're jumping on me.
Oh dear.
Confirms Wolverine is a drop bear.
The drop bear is much better.
Drop Wolverine.
Maybe I should do a combo one where I bring him into the background.
Drop bear Wolverine. Yeah, you should do a joke. You should do a joke one with Wolverine
I'll do that
drop bear.
Do that right now. Just a really shitty selection of this.
I may head off also.
No.
All the drop bearness.
Hey, we could have started earlier.
I know. I honestly thought, I looked at the time and it was like 6:30. I got to put my glasses on. It was 8. I was like, oh no. I was like, just really enjoying this puzzle that I got with the kids.
Like an actual puzzle?
Yeah, it's like a 1,000 piece
cool.
Marvel one.
Yeah.
So I started doing it with the kids yesterday, and I was like, oh, we'll do this because it's like tomorrow's school. They go back to school.
Yeah.
Or leave back to school. So I'm like, oh, we'll do a puzzle tonight before you go back to school, and we're doing it. And then I'm just like working on it, and then Rubes is like, shouldn't they be in bed? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like it's 8. It's like 8:20. I was like, oh, geez, okay.
You got invested. Puzzles draw you in.
There you go. There's drop bear in the background.
Hell yeah.
Let's get that color right. Adjusting.
Thank you, artist, who drew this. We tried to reverse image it, but we couldn't find anything.
Look how much. Well, it's from Shadowrun, and I don't know what that game is. I think it's supposed to be kind of like Warhammer, but futuristic.
Oh, interesting.
Like cyberpunk futuristic.
Mm.
I like the idea of him having an accomplice in this attack.
Make a Bearverine.
Bearverine.
It's like a parrot.
He's an objectively cooler character. Storm.
Hey, how dare you? Wolvie's cool.
Storm, Gambit, or Rogue?
Sorry?
I'm going to leave this conversation before it progresses.
I'll let you go. Alright. See you. I'm probably going to
do this next week.
No.
Yeah, okay. So next Monday we're on again.
Yes.
For our one viewer that seems to be watching.
No. I'll make a post. I'll make a post. Hopefully we can draw in a few more.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. I should do the same actually. We should all do it.
Yeah, Kev should do it too.
All right. Cool.
Sound
good. All right.
Enjoy your Marvel talk. Bye.
We will. Ciao.
Oh, I thought we were all heading out.
I'll probably head out, but I'll answer your question for you before we head out. What were you asking?
Which one's a cooler character? Storm, Gambit, or Rogue? Rouge.
Ooh.
Is it Rogue or Rouge?
I do like Rogue, but I think Gambit's pretty cool. I'd say Gambit's cooler, just because he's the guy that blows things up, and
he has like a cool backstory or whatever with his syndicate or whatever, his underground family.
Yeah, is it Hellfire Club or something? What it's called?
Wait, was he married to? Was it called Rogue? Rogue?
I think they definitely had a relationship. I don't know.
Or was it someone else?
No. They definitely had a relationship. I don't know if they got married. It's a good question. Let's find out.
Does Kitty have a what's it called love interest?
I don't know, man. I kind of stopped. I'm only getting back into comics now, reading again. And when I was reading, Kitty wasn't really in there too much. So
yeah, I'd imagine she might have been a very relatively new character.
Yeah, she's not new, but I feel like I might have been on the way out when that happened.
Did she feature in the original cartoon?
Oh, they did get married, by the way. They got married in 2017.
Wow, that's a recent revelation.
Yeah, that's recent. Like I would have thought they would have gotten, like, I was reading in early 90s.
I thought the situation was like they're about to get married, but then their marriage like party crashed or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But they did get married, so there you go. That's interesting. I wasn't sure about that. Well, I guess you got your answer, and I guess it's nice to end the stream. All right, dude. Well, I guess next Monday, if not sooner.
Yeah.
All right. See you, dude. Thanks again.
See you.
Bye.